All right. Well, welcome everyone to Money and Meaning, Kinder Institute of Life Planning's blog, where we tell the stories of registered life planners from around the globe. I'm Lora Woodward, Communications Director for Kinder Institute, and this is our I'm a Registered Life Planner series. And I am thrilled today to be joined by Hugoline van Hoorn with Huug Financial Life Planning in Eindhoven, Netherlands. Welcome, Hugoline.
Thank you, Laura. Wow, you did well. You practiced that. You practiced all those hard Dutch words.
I practiced for you, but I also, I know working with Louie and Anita that I practice as well just to impress them a bit. So, well, first I want to just congratulate you on your 3rd anniversary as a registered life planner.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a great accomplishment. And I'm curious, what does it mean to you to be a registered life planner?
Ooh, what does it mean? It means a lot to me. It makes me proud. It makes me happy. Happy to be part of the community of life planners. Happy to be a life planner, to be able to help my client in an even better way than I used to be when I was just a financial planner. So yeah, I'm just really glad that I got to be a life planner.
And so when you're working with your clients, how do you describe life planning, or what does life planning mean to you?
Yeah. That's a good question. What I find my clients, they find me because they need some solution for financial problems. Before I was a registered life planner, I worked as a financial planner with a bank. So I can help them with the financial solutions. But what I say when they come to me, I say, okay, of course, we can solve your financial problems. But in order to do that properly, it will be of great help for me to know, and for you to know and to understand, what is your ideal life? What elements are important to you in your life? And I think once we've got everything clear that's important to you, what gives you meaning in your life, then the financial plan will follow. But that has to be the order in which to address things, not the financial first and then ask what do you want in life, but we want to make clear what your purpose is in life, what are your intentions, what are your plans. And so that's how I describe it to my clients. And more clients are willing to do the complete financial life planning process with me. Of course, I also have some clients, they say, oh no, just give me the numbers. I'm pretty clear of what I want in my life, what my purpose is. And I'm not going to argue or fight with them. I'm just going to, okay, I'll deliver the figures. But I know, and the clients that I've helped with, including life planning, I know how much more strong and how much more meaning a financial plan will have for them. But the people that don't know life planning, they don't know what they're missing out on.
No, they don't. Yeah.
No. So I can only tell them what it means to me. And when I meet new clients, of course, I share what other clients have told me and what they've experienced. And I would say 8 out of 10 people, they think, okay, that sounds good to me. But there's 2 that don't feel like it, or maybe they're afraid, maybe a little bit, could be as well. I don't know, but yeah, that's how I address my work and my clients.
Yeah, so you give both options. You present the financial life planning option, and if they just want the numbers, you're willing to do that as well.
I do. In the beginning, when I just became a life planner 3 years ago, I was like convinced that this is the only way I'm going to do it. I'm not going to just present the numbers without doing the evoke process. But I like numbers, and I know some people, they have no clue, and I can help them by presenting the numbers to them. So I will do that as well. That's fulfilling for me as well.
Great. Yeah, that makes sense. So how did you come to find the Kinder Institute of Life Planning in our whole training curriculum?
Yeah, I think the Kinder Institute found me, impersonated by Tom Boot. Tom, he's one of the trainers, and he's from the same area in Holland as me. And I've spoken to him a couple of times, and he said to me, you should do this life planning training. And I was scared at first and hesitant, but I kept meeting him, or he made sure we met, I don't know. But finally I said, okay, yeah, this is a good time now. This was 4 years ago. There was quite a hectic period in my life. Some things happened, and I thought, okay, now would be a really good time for me to make my own life plan. That was the purpose why I did the 5-day training course. So I was glad that Tom was persistent. Yeah. And so I did the 5 days, and it was like, it was just, life changing. And I was so glad that I did the course. And not only did I make my own life plan, I was also convinced that this was something for me to work professionally, because I was at that point I had just left Rabobank, it was a big bank in Holland, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do. I was thinking all kinds of things. Am I going to open a wine bar? Are we going to move to Portugal and not ever work again? All those kind of things. And after those the 5-day course, it was like clear to me, I want to be a financial planner, but I want to be a financial life planner, because that combination is, I think, is gold.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. After the 5 days, I was like, okay, what more can I do? So I enrolled in the rest of the program. So the 2 days, I think most people, they start with the 2 days. But I started with 5 days, and then I did 2 days, and I did the mentorship as well. So I really, I was glad that I did that.
Yeah, definitely a number of advisors do start with the 2-day, but I'll tell you that George prefers it when advisors start with the Evoke training, because he feels like that's really has the biggest impact on you personally. And it's almost like you become an ambassador of the work because you've had that personal transformation going through the program.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's the way it works for me, Laura. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, so I'm curious then, since you were working already as a financial planner, and then you moved into financial life planning and starting your own business, what did you notice in terms of client interactions and how that might have changed post Evoke training and the registered life planner designation?
Yeah. It's really a complete different world, but partly because of the Evoke training that I did, but also partly, like you said, because I switched from working in a bank to having my own practice. So it was like I had to start all over again. So people, new clients, they found me, or I found them. I didn't really. It sort of happened. And it keeps on happening every time I think, okay, now I have room for a new client. I can help somebody. Then somebody comes. So it's sort of, I don't know. Yeah. But it's much more, like I said before, working as just a financial planner, I had the figures, and then the client comes in, I present the figures, and they leave. And now you have such meaningful conversations with them, and I feel really I can be I'm really more like a coach kind of coaching person, and that's so much more fulfilling, and I can see I bring so much more. I bring them so much more than just the figures, and that's really it's a complete different world. I think I'm a different person than I was as a financial planner working with the Rabobank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds like you're more yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
With your clients. Yeah. And you're getting more value out of the engagements. It's not just about the numbers. It's about them really living their life that they want.
Definitely. Yeah.
So do you have, and it's okay if you don't, but do you have a client success story that you might be willing to share that came as a result of your clients being life planned by you?
Yes, I have a very recent one. But then I always think, is it I find it, I struggle a bit with my success story, because I think it's the success of the client. It's not so much my doing. Yeah, of course I guide them, but they have it's their they have to do the work. It's their decision. I recently had a client, a lady who is in her early 60s, and she came to me because she inherited some money, and classic, inherited money, what am I going to do with it? And she was keen on doing the full life planning, and as a result she quit her job. And that's a big step. And she had no idea of she didn't have a clue of how much the inheritance wasn't that big, she thought, but it was big enough for her to quit her job, to make sure she had enough money to work between until her retirement, and then afterwards her retirement funds, they were sufficient enough. And she couldn't, first of all, she couldn't figure that out. So I helped her, of course, with the numbers. But when I asked her about her job, it was clear to me that she wasn't happy, and she hadn't been happy for the last couple of years. But she felt like, oh no, I have to work till I'm 67. In Holland, we have to work till we're 67. So she had that in her mind all the time. So during the evoke process, it became more and more clear to her that she had the option of quitting her job. And she felt, I saw her, she was just, it was a burden to her to keep working. And in the end, she was so relieved. And she didn't have a good relationship with her boss. That's why she didn't like the work. And she was so empowered and just so happy that she was able to tell him, you won't see me next year. And it's just, so I thought that was quite a success story. So I'm happy for her, and really happy that she came to me for help, and that this was the do you say outcome? This came out of it?
Outcome. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
So,
yeah, that's a fantastic success story, because sometimes our clients don't see what's in front of them. They don't know what their options are. And until they go through this process where someone's really listening to them about their desires and what it is they want in life, decision making almost becomes so much easier because they've had these conversations with you.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And that's just amazing. Every time to witness. I remember that's one of Louis' sayings, probably George's saying as well. The client knows the answer. The client always knows the answer. You just have to keep asking the question, and then they will get there. And that's something I find amazing still every time.
Absolutely, it is. Yeah. I like to say, and I know other trainers have said this, but the client is the expert and you are their guide. And it's a great way of making sure that you're putting the ownership and responsibility into the client's hands where it rightfully should be. It's their life.
That's right.
So
Yeah,
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 well, wonderful. That's a great story.
yeah.
I'm curious about your own life plan because I know you've kind of gone on an amazing journey, at least in my opinion, where you started out as a squash player in the Netherlands, winning I did my research, 4 Dutch titles, 8 European championships.
Ooh.
So you went from sports a woman to a financial planner with probably some gaps in between, and then now you're a financial life planner. Like, what's next for you in your life?
For the next at least 3 years, I think my life will be like it is now. And my life now is working as a financial life planner. And also I have a good balance with spending time looking after, I don't know how you would say it, but my mom, she is old and not in the best of health situations. So, but she's still around, so I like to spend time with her. Same goes for my brother. He's also, yeah, I like to spend time with them. Let's keep it at that. I love to play padel. Do you know padel? That's a racket.
I do not know padel,
also.
but is it also a racket sport of sorts?
Yeah, it is. It's called a combination between tennis and squash.
Okay.
So it's with a ball and a racket. And like you said, I used to be a squash player, so I kind of like playing with a ball and a racket. So I'm very keen on padel. I play at least 3 times, but it's more like now at the moment 5 times a week. So
that's great.
that keeps me busy. So and the rest of the time, I just love to spend time with my wife and our dog, our little happy family. So at this time, the balance, it feels really good.
Yeah.
And my partner, she's 5 years older than I am. And we've just looked at the numbers as well. And she has decided she's going to retire in 3 years' time.
Great.
So that means I can maybe retire or work a little bit less as well. We don't know yet. But our plan is when she retires, we will live. Holland is quite cold, it's quite at this time of year. We don't really like the cold. So our plan is then to live from October till February, March, move to the south of Europe, Portugal or Spain, where the weather is better, where padel is really good. So that's our plan. 4 months of the year, we stay in the south of Europe, and the rest of the year we will be in Eindhoven again, where I can do work. Like you say, I can do work online with clients, but I prefer to just sit with them face to face. So I can imagine when we're in the south of Europe, we will just live the good life, and when we're back in Eindhoven in Holland, I can still help some clients.
Wow, that sounds wonderful. Make it happen.
We will. Thank you.
Oh, that sounds like a wonderful plan.
I'm excited.
Anything else that you would want to share with the life planning community about yourself or your journey, or even a piece of advice that you would give to other burgeoning life planners?
I knew this question was coming, of course. Can't do an interview or a conversation without a question anything else.
True.
No, I can't really think of anything, Laura.
Oh.
No, I'm privileged and honored, and it's really nice to talk to you and to share my story, because like what I started, I'm just happy and proud to be a life planner, and I know the community is growing, and that's great, because the world can never have enough life planners.
You're here. I love that. All right. Well, it's such a pleasure to have had this conversation with you. And I look forward to the future Life Planning Mastery or Life Planning Mastery short where we'll see each other again.
We definitely will.
All right, great.
Thank you, Laura.